Hi there everyone, it's Luke Langburn from Period 3 and I'm going to be teaching you how to solve for zeros on a calculator. The three models of calculator I'm going to be teaching you how to solve for zeros on are the TI-89, the TI-84 Plus C Silver Edition, and the Casio FX-115 ES Plus. I made a table about which standardized tests these are allowed on. I do not have any data for the new SAT, and please keep in mind that the TI-89 is banned on the ACT and in most classrooms. Let's begin. The first way to solve for zeros on the TI-89 is by using its built-in graphing function. In order to access the graphing function, hit this green key, then hit F3. That'll bring up the graphing screen. Notice how it is blank. This is because I have not entered any functions yet. In order to enter a function, hit the green key, and then hit F1. You can enter as many functions as you would like. Now, the function I'm going to enter is going to be something simple. X squared minus 4. Now, in order to actually enter this function into the TI-89, after I type in x squared minus 4, I need to hit the enter key. Now, I hit the green button once again, and F3. The TI-89 will then graph my function. Now, in order to actually get the zeros of this function, I need to hit F5, then I need to hit the number 2 on the bottom of the keypad. Now, I need to give the TI-89 a range to look for zeros in. So I use the trackpad to move this cursor to the left of where I think the zero is. I hit enter. Then I move it to the right of where the zero is, and hit enter again. The TI-89 then generates where it thinks that zero is. You can do it for as many zeros as you would like, just the TI-89 does not like having multiple zeros in the same interval. Let me show you the next method. In order to use the next method, I need to go back to the home screen. In order to do so, click the home button on the TI-89. Now that the home screen has popped back up, I hit the F2 button and click enter, which inputs the solve command. I then type in whatever equation my heart wishes, x squared minus 4, and make sure to set it equal to 0, equals 0. Hit enter, and the TI-89 complains because I didn't tell it what variable to solve for. In order to do so, hit the back button on the trackpad and type in a comma x. The TI-89 now has solved for both x's that the function has. Let's move on to the TI-84. Solving for zeros on the TI-84 is very similar to solving for zeros on the TI-89 using its graphing function. Now, in order to actually input a function into the TI-84, we have to hit the y equals key, which will bring up a screen in which we can input as many functions as we'd like. Now, after bringing the screen up, in order to enter the variable letter x, we have to hit the alpha key, and then the STO key. And as you can see, the variable letter x has been input into my TI-89. I will then finish typing the equation, x squared minus 4, and then hit enter. Now, to get to the graph, I hit the graph key. And the TI-84 will start to graph the function for me. Now, in order to actually find out where the zeros are, I need to hit the second key, and then the trace key, which will bring up a subcommand that allows me to find any value or a zero of a function. Either hit 2 or scroll down to where it says 2:0 and hit enter. Now, like the TI-89, we need to give it a lower and an upper bound. Hit enter, and the TI-84 will display where it believes the zero is. Now, much like the TI-89, the TI-84 does not like having multiple zeros within the same bound. Let's move on to the Casio. Casio FX-115 ES Plus, unlike the other two calculators, is not a graphing calculator. It does, however, have a solving function that is like a very basic form of the TI-89s. Now, because the Casio simply doesn't have as much computational power, entering any polynomial with many zeros or a very lengthy polynomial could cause the Casio to crash. So I'm just going to use a very basic polynomial to explain and show its solving function. Now, in order to actually use the solving function, hit the mode key and hit 1. That will make sure that you are in the computational mode. Now you're able to enter your function. Hit the alpha key and the right end parenthesis to enter an x. I'm then going to finish off x squared minus 4. Now I need to set it equal to 0. Hit the alpha key and then the calc key, and then hit 0. Now, hit the shift key and the calc key. There might be a value in the lower right hand corner. Disregard it. It's simply the last value of x that your calculator has stored. Hit equals, and the Casio will only solve for 1, 0. However, this 1, 0 could be very important because you could either use synthetic or long division to figure out what the other zeros of the function are. Once again, this is Luke Lindgren from 3rd period, and I hope I taught you how to solve for the zeros using a TI-89, 84, or the Casio FX-115 ES Plus.